What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? It's the Grown Man Clique podcast. What's up? You have me, J.I., and to my far right is
Scott T.
And to my quick left is
Hey boy, Richie Rich is in the building.
And as you can see on the screen, we got our boy John. What's up, John? Thanks for joining us. And to my right, not much. We have the incomparable, the jazz sax man of the area, one of my good friends, Mr. Tony Turk Cannon. Give it up, Grown Man Clique. Applause. Yeah, we got if the intro for today was him and playing the song. It was the original draft of a song. We're gonna play a little name later. But say hi to the people, Tony. Bring that mic up so they can hear you.
What up? What up? How's everybody going out there tonight?
Yeah, we doing good. This ain't a stage, Tony. He said like he on stage. How you doing, San Diego?
What's going on, Baltimore and the rest of the world? Hello.
Yeah, hello. Right now, and I'm gonna pass this over to you, sir. I do need to pull up the MPC sometime. While once the conversation gets going, we need to pull up. No, that's the wrong code. Sorry, people. This is a technical delay, but we'll get there anyway. So, you know how we always start off the show. It's been a week since we've all been together sitting in these seats. So we usually go around the room and find out what everybody's been doing. And then we'll start talking about what our show is about. And of course, we are definitely doing FMP today. I think all of us have had a week where we need to give some F's or some P's, and we go and do it. So let's go to the far right. Scotty, what did you do since we've last spoken to you on these podcast streets?
What did I do?
You just got back in town, man.
Held a bunch of freaking mics for production.
Hey,
Because,
Boom Mike Skizzy.
Hey,
Boom Mike Skizzy in the building.
Because what we do here is we produce everything. I'll let y'all talk about that. But I just got back from Philly. Had a fantastic time. It's cold up there though. I'm sick of that road. Yeah, I'll save that for flowers.
FMP? You gonna say that for FMP? All right.
But shoot, production assistant, shoot some more, traveling a little bit.
Take any good pictures?
Of course, man. Come on. Who are we?
We the Grown Man Clique. The CLIQUE stands for the sound the camera makes.
Exactly.
Click.
What?
You get it down?
What?
Click. So anyway.
Damn, I thought it was another click. Anyway.
It is. It's a group of people. It also is a group of people, but it's the sound. This looks more like the sound the camera makes.
Not the click I was thinking. But anyway.
Oh my!
That's
not a bad thing, but that's a clitoris.
Wow.
Clitoris, to be pronounced correctly.
Clitoris.
Clitoris.
I don't even like that. That sounds like something you catch on a Wednesday.
No, exactly.
Yo, I met this girl at the club on a Wednesday. Man, I got
Wednesday
clitoris.
is hump day.
Yeah, that's why I said you catch it on a Wednesday.
Block is hot. The block is hot.
So, John, what did you do since we've last talked?
Doing just a ton of apartment hunting.
Okay.
That's about it.
Going to move up in those grown man bachelor streets. I see you getting
Something like
that. If not upward, then onward. How's that? Moving onward in these bachelor streets.
Yeah, definitely onward. Definitely onward.
Okay. So, Tony, I know that you don't really be on the podcast with us every week, but anything exciting happened this week you want to share with us?
Yeah, just making a lot of music, man. Got brand new songs coming out. Just got a brand new song from my guy over in Europe, and just keep popping it out. Got some shows coming up. So last week, working regular job, day job, cybersecurity, and come home at night and work on the music.
All right.
So be careful, because he is the other real life Huck that I know. He will break into your computer while you sleep and tell the government your secrets. So be careful. Well, actually,
I thought the government already knew his secrets.
Some of them, but he actually stops people from doing that. I was just being funny. But I guess that leaves me because I guess that's me now because John already went. Wow, it has been a really busy week. I mean, like we had two filmings for my wife's new web series called Leo in August. Shout out to Boz Productions. They were in the house. We don't have the MPC up, so yeah. Those are our sound effects for now. Yeah. By the way, as always, what are you doing? Did you close it?
No. Keep going.
Oh, by the way, see, that blew my mind. That made me go off track. So Leo in August is one of her.
Hey, your audio's off. I don't know if you can hear me. Your sound's off. Check your sound.
Unmute. Okay, you good? We good now? You can hear us?
He's gone.
Okay. Well, I see we're still on, so we should be good. Can you go over the settings right quick and look and make sure that the mic is moving in audio? Yes, it is. Okay, so we're good. Sorry about that little delay. But anyway, what we're gonna do is go back to what we did. So we had two filmings. I also did a couple photo shoots as usual. You know, this is my full-time job. I basically live in this building. I'm gonna save my event of the week for my flowers and powder. And just a really good time working with the wife, and Rich has joined us with filming and everything, and it was really amazing. I mean, it was great. And you know, just I mean, and a few emotional scenes, and we saw so much really good acting. I was blown away by some people who I've known for a while, actually seeing them, you know, and get into their own and get into character. There were tears and everything. It was pretty good. So that's what I did this week. So we're as soon as Rich finishes up, we'll go into our next segment. All right.
Yeah, I'm done.
All right. So you know how to get the FMP? Brand.
There you go.
And go up. There it is. Down. Flowers or powder for you. That's right. It's the one time everybody loves about the Grown Man Clique. It's the flowers and powder time. What that flowers and powder means is that during the course of this week, you have somebody who did something amazing, somebody who was really helpful, somebody who was just went out of their way to make your day or your week amazing. You can give them flowers. Then, on the other hand, if you've had someone who got on your GD ever loving last nerves, who was ignorant, who did something so erroneous that you couldn't believe that they did it, or if it was a circumstance that you had witnessed, anything, you know, you give them powder. Powder is when you shake powder on your hands and slap the hell out of them. So it's flowers, that's the good, or powders for the bad. So I'm going to start as I usually do. No, we're going to switch it up. We're going to start with you. Richie Rich is in the building.
Hey,
what do you
man,
got,
listen.
flowers or powder?
Listen. I've been doing a lot of meditation and working on myself, and I just want to say I'm leading with love. No one pissed me off this week. Nobody made me mad. I love everyone. Okay, peace, love, and truth.
What the fuck?
I don't.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we said.
I'm leading with
People
love.
and Andrews? All right.
Love conquers all, baby. Love conquers all.
Mm-hmm. So, all right. So, are you giving that love to anyone in particular, or just a general love statement?
To everybody, man. Just everybody. I love the whole world, man. Everybody that I've been working with, all the teammates, all my peoples, my family, my friends. I got nothing but love for you, honey.
Okay.
That's it.
So
That's
now
all I
let's
got.
go down over across the Key Bridge over to Scott T. Scott, what happened? What
What
you
up?
got? Flowers or powder or both?
You know what? I got both. First
Okay.
of all, oh dang, John, you all
Damn,
right,
we
man?
didn't hit you with powder.
Yo,
John,
John, you all right,
okay?
man?
All right, cool.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck's going on. Yeah, I'm fine.
All right.
John
Yeah,
over
man,
there dropping it
I'm
low.
I'm hand holding this damn thing. So
Oh, okay.
All right. Flowers go out to the Philly photo spot. Let me tell you, I ain't gonna check my link. I'll let y'all know. But they did a brother right. Powder, it's too many to name, man. I'm just, I'm gonna say if you get a random smack in the back of your neck sometime this week from some short little dude and you don't see him and he runs away, no, he's not a leprechaun. That'll be me.
okay, shorty.
Yes, sir.
Well, all right. This is your first flowers and powder, Tony. Did somebody do something so great you want to give them powder, or did somebody do something? I mean, flowers, or if somebody got on your ever loving last nerve and you want to give them the powder, what happened? Flowers or powder?
Flowers, baby. Flowers. Mr. Mirror hit me with the flowers, baby.
Okay.
Yeah. If she's listening, yeah, girl.
He being sweet and all.
Yeah,
Grab,
girl.
choke.
Uh,
Oh, that's so nice. Y'all being so nice.
Hey, Scott. Apparently, you're vertically challenged. You're not sure.
Yes, I am vertically challenged.
So,
And I do want to break in real quick, say what up and hello to Shauna, Harry, and Jesse.
Jesse,
Welcome to the Grown Man Clique and Bass Man. Appreciate y'all.
Oh, I almost forgot. We got another thing that we did this week. We had Harry Crossland here. Harry Crossland is a cosplay photographer, and he had like 25 people here for the cosplay workshop. It was amazing. If you've seen some of the images that have been coming out on Facebook, that these photographers, I believe we had Sean Burgundy, Scott T, Harry Crossland, Jerry Brown. There were so many photographers. I met Miss M, new person that I met, or was it Miss K? I forgot. But just a bunch Buster from what is the company? Boudoir R&B. Yeah,
Boudoir by R&B.
Boudoir by R&B. It was a lot of amazing photographers, and Harry Crossland taught an amazing class. Amazing. It was so great. So we have somebody in there saying flowers. Everyone enjoyed the shoot, Jerry. Thank you for the opportunity. Thanks, welcome.
Harry. You're welcome, Harry. Anytime. Yeah. You know that, right?
Ernesto, yeah, he was there. So we had Marcellus, D. Thompson, yeah, put them in there. Keith Soa. No. Different Ernesto. And yeah, we shot some really cool Superman and Supergirl stuff on the rooftop. So it was pretty darn great. We had a great day. So now it's time for me to get my flowers and powder. Well, let me tell you something. I got a powder, and I'm gonna give it because sometimes when you are being nice, some people won't allow you to be nice, and they do something to mess it all up. So as you know, part of the studio here is an event space. So we had a very nice event this weekend, somebody's birthday party. And as a businessman, there are certain things that you have to, do and just eat. But there are certain things that, for gosh, So I have propane tanks out on the roof that the heaters
Oh
on for the.
man, I almost forgot
So
about this.
yeah. So I have propane tanks out on the roof, and they are
Propane and
attached to this.
propane accessories.
So anyway, had the party, and I deal with the people who book the party, because these are their guests. And so what happened was it got a little chilly. They asked for the propane tanks. Well, there's a cost to that. So I can't just say, okay, I'm gonna turn them on. I had to talk to the people who were actually throwing the party, in which I did. So anyway, it was agreed upon that they were going to pay for the heat lamps, and we were going to have a good night. So everything was settled. So you ever had that janky promoter who every time you go to stick your hand out to get your money, they go, somebody just called me, I'll be right back.
Mm-hmm.
They kept doing me like that. And so I knew eventually during the course of the night, I was not going to get paid. Even though I used my money to purchase these heaters and get them up and running. And they knew even from the contract that there was a cost involved. And they janky promoted me. They actually got away without paying. Now, the whole idea is I'm a principles guy. It's not the amount, because the amount is minuscule compared to the amount they spent for the event. But the whole idea is it's the principle of the fact that they should have been responsible enough to own up to what they owed me. So since they didn't, I didn't, add the charge to their bill. You know what I did? I gave them a bad review and said that I would never rent to them again. It's that simple. I don't have any time or place for people who aren't people of their word. Everybody knows, even, when people book time with me and they miss their time, I don't just say, well, you got to pay me again. I say, you can move that time and do it again at another time.
Thank you for that, too. By the way, thank you for that, Jerry.
Well, it's not you. A lot of people know that I do that. People work hard for their money.
I'm just saying, though, a lot of people won't do that, though.
Right.
That's where I'm coming from. So that's I mean, that's a plus.
Yeah.
That should be respected.
And so what I don't understand is how somebody can, have a good time and you go out of your way to make sure their day is done really well, and they can't afford to pay you or don't want to pay you what they owe you. So my powder goes to people in general who aren't women and men of their word. Be a man or a woman of your word. It's so important because your word is your bond. Your word is what people rely on. I am an action person, but you've got to put words into action in order for people to know where you stand. Please be a person who puts your words into action and don't lie to people. That's my powder for the day. So anyway, we done with that. Powder to the show. If you're dirty, take a bath. Oh God, what is this?
Right. Exactly.
As of today, our tour has been canceled for the 25th in Philly. Wow, who's that? Who's on? I can't see. Oh, yes, I can see names. Oh man, you're joking, bass man. That's Raphael. I'm sorry to hear that, because y'all been working really hard on that show, from what I understand. Wow. But that's my boy Raphael Bassman Jones, one of the deepest voices you'll hear. You know how I do the fake in a world voice. He does it for real. His real voice is, how you doing, Jerry?
Very white.
Yeah, he's that bass voice. But I'm really sorry to hear that your tour got canceled, man. That's crazy. But so let's move on to the part of the show that we are talking about tonight, what our real intention is. And also the other GMC member, we're going to bring him on set pretty soon. We getting the microphones hooked up, but Van just pulled up. So what's up, Van? You can have a seat back there. I think the ambience will pick you up. The ambient mic will pick you up. So a van just pulled in. So, but anyway, our show tonight is about what's your passion. It's not just about passion. It's about what's your passion. All of us, especially, I want to, go into it first, but what I want to do is I want to give a quick roundabout around the room, because, we all have passions, and some of them may not be the ones that you see on the surface. It may be other things that we do, because a passion to me is like this. When you wake up in the morning, you think of what your passion is. and what you would love to be doing or what you are doing to make your passion come alive. A dream or a wish is something that just you're hoping for, but a passion lives with you. You know what I mean? Like you can't get away from it. And no matter how hard you try, your brain always goes back to, well, if I was living in my passion or doing what I wanted, that's my passion. That would be my happy. That would be my quan. That would be my space where I feel the best. Because sometimes being adult, doing adult things, we have to adult, and you can push your passions aside to make money, to live, to buy food and groceries, because your passion hasn't been materialized. But if you could today quit whatever non-passion occupation you have to follow your passion and be in your passion, what would it be? So we're gonna do a round robin real quick and go around the room. And hey, what's up?
Want to
Who's
say
that?
what's up to Steve
Hey,
Bennett,
Steve and Anthony Hunt. Hey, what's
Anthony
up?
Hunt, what's going on?
So I want to go to you, Scott, because I see this is the key. A lot of us think we know what each other's passions are from the what we do and how we do things, but sometimes it could be a curveball in there. So, but I'm gonna ask you, Scott, and I might know exactly what your passion is. But what is your passion, Scott?
My first passion was actually DJing.
I knew that.
I was a DJ for about 20 years, and I honestly thought that was it. And spun in college, radio in college, parties, the crates, all of that. I was really into it. But then one day I sat down and I thought about it. I'm like, you know what? I'm really getting tired of this. And the only thing that I could think of that I would want to do that I'd go as hard as DJing was photography. Because I mean, like I've said before, I grew up with a camera in my hand. So my actual passion is photography. I see life as if I'm looking through a lens. And it's always been that way. It's the one constant in my life from, like I said, from the time that I was growing up. So
Sheila's in the peanut gallery. Hey, Sheila, thank you for the water.
Shooting is what I do, and it's really who I am.
Cool. So I want to save you because you're the guest, but a lot of people know that I have like two major passions in my life. One is photography. I love photography, and I've always wanted to make my living at something that I was passionate at, because it's not a lie when people say if you are working in the thing that you love the most, it never feels like working. I get lost when I come into the studio. My wife knows it. Hours turn into days turn into weeks, because I just don't lose all time and space, just changes when I'm here, because there's nothing that like I could do that would make me unhappy about walking in those doors. There are sometimes you have customers and clients that are a little difficult, but for the most part, I still, at the end of the day, enjoy the images that I create for them and the videos and music, everything that I do for them. And of course, I just said it, but music is my other passion. A lot of people that have grown in with me over my growth into photography know that I'm a producer, and I produce music, and I still play. I'm a pianist, and I can do a little bit with the drums, not like I used to, because I fell off. You lose drums if you don't play the drums, just like you can lose your lungs if you don't play all the time. You can't just hop back in there and start playing minuets, and no matter how much you can read them, can you breathe them? So right. So for me, music is another passion. And I do believe I could make money at music, but I would have to lie to people, and I can't do that because in order to make money a lot of times at music, you gotta eat some things. You know what I mean? You've got to work with people that don't have as much talent as you need them to have to make them grow and prosper in the business. So they're your day-to-day bread makers. They're the ones who come in, record bad songs that they may have written or something. You try to make them as best you can, but they're the people that keep the doors open. And so you tell them, yeah, you did a good job. And you wouldn't be lying to them because at their level, that's as good as they can do. But that doesn't mean that they'll ever have a Grammy hit or a winning song or anything like that. And I couldn't tell these people or stomp on their dreams just because I know they aren't as technically talented as, say, Tony or say some of the other musicians that I went to school with, like Antonio Hart. You know, I went to school with some talented guys and ladies out there, you know. So I know a lot of people who've been in the music business and in the photography business. You know, my boy Randy Shropshire is an amazing photographer, you know, that I watched his work and love, you know, but my passion is what I'm doing right now. You know, it comes with some difficult days and it comes with some times where we weren't sure if we made the right decision opening the studio and sitting in an empty studio for almost a year during a pandemic, you know, but
that was tough.
We made it fun and we made it work. So it helped fuel my passion. Let's go to some of these comments on top of the stage. I'm gonna try to get over here. So
That's
photography as well, but I want to be traveling photojournalist. That's a Harry Crossland. Go travel all through Europe and Africa. Cool. Okay. Hey guys, don't forget you're part of the show. I see y'all are out there. You can put in your passions. We want to see what you're talking about, what you're doing. Well, Tony, while Mr. Technical difficulties over there is straightening out the mic for Van, let's go to you. Your passion. What is your real passion? What are you the most passionate about?
It was two all through my life.
We can hear you perfect.
That was baseball and music. So they were like 1 and 1A. So wound up playing professional baseball for a period of time. I went to college on a baseball scholarship.
Oh, okay.
But the music was always there too. So after the days of baseball was over, then I just transitioned right to the music and same passion. Practice every day, it's just like I did with baseball. Get up in the morning, all day long. Same thing with music, man. I tell folks all the time, probably been in the 20 some years I've been playing, it's probably been 10 days that I just didn't pick the horn up. And those 10 days were probably days that I was sick.
Right.
Yeah, man. You just got to pick it up every day.
Right.
And,
but your position, what position did you play?
As an outfielder.
Okay.
Played with Hall of Famer Harold Baines.
You played with Harold B?
Yeah, his family, man. He's married to my cousin, so.
Oh wow, that's what's up.
Talk every day, yeah, man.
He was an Oriole.
Yep.
Yeah, I know Harold Baines. Yeah. You know,
a lot of good players in college and in the minor leagues.
Yeah, I was pretty good at basketball. I never really went to a school where, well, actually I did because I went to Coppin State and they had a pretty good basketball program. But I used to play with and scrimmage with some of the basketball players, but I wasn't on the team. No. They couldn't handle these Baltimore guys with the handles I had, them AI crossovers. I could dunk the ball, believe it or not.
Yeah, well, I played with a pretty good guy at Howard. He was my roommate, Larry Spriggs.
Larry Spriggs was your roommate?
Yeah,
okay.
University. Played for Spurs and the Lakers.
Yeah.
With the Lakers. Yeah.
Wow. This guy is dropping dimes over here. I knew he was a baseball player. I knew about his baseball career, but I didn't know Harold Baines and then Mr. Spriggs coming out of the woodwork. Wow. So
just pick it up every day, man. You gotta love it. If you don't love it,
right,
it's not gonna happen.
Absolutely.
I mean, one of the things I told my son who wound up playing basketball at Oklahoma, played on the same team with Blake Griffin.
Damn.
Yeah, man. And I told him, he went over to Europe and played, but I said, well, he needs to understand one thing. The GMs of these professional teams, they evaluate you not so much on if you can play.
Right.
Do you love the game?
Right.
Yeah.
They're looking at
yeah, because if they know you don't love the game, you're just chasing the money. They know that as soon as they give you the money,
right,
you ain't gonna love the game,
and you're not gonna work as hard.
Yeah, work as hard. So the same thing with music. I mean, anybody can go out there and play covers all day long, basically playing everybody else's work that they've done.
Right.
My thing is, when I got to a certain point in my music career, I said, I got to write my own songs.
Yep.
You know, and one of the philosophies that I always took was every song was just a song until the people that heard the song fell in love with the song. Then it became a song that everybody wanted to hear, like all the Marvin Gaye stuff. I said it was just a song.
Yeah.
Until people fell in love with it, then it became a song that you like, what's going on?
Right.
You know, you love it, and that generations love the music because a good song is a good song, and it doesn't matter what genre it is.
Exactly.
So why don't we do this? We're going to take a different kind of grown man pause, because what I want to do is I want to play one of his songs. How's that, Tony?
Sounds like a winner, man.
Yeah, so we're gonna sit back and we're gonna listen to one of Tony's songs. Which one should I hit him with? Baby.
Good Morning, Aruba.
We don't have it up. Remember, we only got the 3. We got Lights Down
Low.
Low. Let's listen to a little bit of Tony
this is a
Cannon.
Song that I wrote all the lyrics for, and got a great singer, Mark Stagger, down in Silver Springs, Maryland, to sing the song. And it's a great song. And the late Dawood Saeed.
Oh yeah,
big and produced the song.
Yeah. Rest in pianos, Dawood Saeed. Yeah.
Dawood, yeah. So there's Dawood on there.
All right. Yeah. And really another great shout out to Dawood Saeed, great pianist from this area. Gone way too soon, man, way too soon. But did an amazing job on that song for Tony. That's Lights Down Low featuring
tenor saxophone, Anthony Cannon.
There we go. And who was on the vocals?
Mr. Mark Staggers.
Mark Staggers. Yeah.
Mark did a remake of Luther Vandross song. Remember the guy, Choir Boy from the 5 Heartbeat?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. He went to Bowie.
Wow.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he went to Bowie.
Oh, okay.
And Mark did a duet with him on one of the Luther Vandross songs, man. Tico Wells. Yeah.
All right.
So Mark's the real deal.
Cool. So, hey, what's up, Van?
Hey, what's good?
Not much. Got Van Gogh in the house.
All
but
right.
Before we go to you, I want to go to you about the passion. What is the passion? What would you on the screen we see a fashion show production that was from Steve Bennett. Yeah, but so I mean, like, my brother, Mr. Richie Rich is in the building.
Richie Rich is in the building, baby.
Yeah, so the passion. Talk to us.
Oh man, I was sitting there listening to y'all, and I had similar passions growing up. Definitely, I wanted to be a music engineer at one time, but I got tired of dealing with N-words. I ain't even gonna hold you. Everybody want to rap about the same joint. Everybody was doing the same thing. I was like, this don't make me feel creative. I fell out of it really quick, and I happened to get put out of Douglas, and the only school at the time that would accept me was Milford. And I'll never forget, I sat into this drama class and they put on Do the Right Thing. First day in class. Do the Right Thing.
You watch him.
Damn, they came out blazing.
Milford Mill.
At Milford Mill Academy.
They came out blazing.
Yeah, Do the Right Thing. And I sat there and I said to myself, that's what I want to do. At that time, I didn't understand what I was talking about.
Right.
I just knew I wanted to do this.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to go through with the I call it the characteristics of film, as starting off as an actor. Realize that shit I ain't doing this. I was like, oh, that's out of there. Then I was like, well, let me write something. So then I started writing, and then I fell in love with photography, which led me back to film. And I fell in love with that. And I just want to create movies and motion pictures is what they used to call it. That's my passion. I said this on the show before, but I want to die and know that I will live forever in my artwork far as film. All right?
That's what's up.
That's my passion. And my second passion, of course, is like being the best knee model there is in the DMV. But
Here we go with the knee.
I'm just saying though, like, when y'all find somebody with better knees than me, y'all can come holler at me. And then it's the hate.
There's no hate. They're just that
let them hate.
out of the billions of people on this planet, 3 care about your knees. Anyway,
it's a little more. It's a little more than 3, but I ain't gonna hold myself out like that.
and a half. 3
I ain't gonna hold
and a
myself
half.
out like that.
Anyway, not to cut you off. Were you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay, cool. Van, the passion. What is it? When you open your eyes in the morning, what are you first thing you see? Naked tits or knit or crochet needles? What do you see? What's your passion? What's your real passion?
Believe it or not, my passion is I really like helping people. It doesn't matter like what it is. My first love, when I was deciding on what to take in college, I wanted to go into architectural engineering. Just like the aesthetics of things, how people did things with their buildings. Visited the Frank Lloyd Wright house, and he had like a natural creek running through his house so that it wouldn't mess up the environment.
Oh.
So that was something that I really liked seeing, like how you can, make something and not take away from something at the same time. found out I couldn't draw, so I went into electrical engineering, and that's one of the things I do now. And I kind of help people out with electrical stuff on a day-to-day basis. That's really what I focus on. Like, I actually leave my phone on until about 9 or 10 at night in case something happens in the middle of the night and somebody needs a problem resolved that way. As far as the clothing line goes, that's something that just took off and built a life of its own, from like making baby blankets and donating stuff to like homeless shelters, and they had like safe nights at Safe Nights is a program where like schools and stuff use like their gyms and things for homeless people to stay like a couple of days when it's cold outside.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd take like hats and scarves and stuff up there for like the kids and all that. Donate it to them because I mean that's handmade stuff. They need stuff. And I've even taught like a few people to kind of like how to make a scarf for like their own kids. I'm actually thinking about starting classes back up online. But yeah, my passion is really just like, helping folks out. I mean, that's something that I think is lost. You see somebody on the side of the road, and rather than somebody help them out, you'll see 17, 18, 19, 20 cars go by.
Right.
And it's like, man, how come nobody's
stopping,
helping them out?
Because they didn't get out the car with a mini skirt on, looking cute, nice hair, right, and looking like they need help. You know,
that doesn't matter to me.
It shouldn't matter to anybody. We are supposed to care about our brother, man. But
right, it's gotten away from that.
Yeah.
But for me, that's what I try to do, at least for myself. I know that, let's say I left here tomorrow, I know I helped somebody do something they wanted to do.
Right.
So, yeah.
No, I was saying, has it ever really been that though? Like, we do know, like, it's something called pretty privilege.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Like, no, absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, you're gonna stop for the girl with the flat tire and the mini skirt with the cute legs and looking forlorn. You know, they practice that look so that they can get help. Oh, I don't know what to do.
Yeah, but then that might be a setup too.
I was about to say, I know
it is a setup. It's a setup for you to come help, or either you come help and get your head knocked off, and they take your wallet.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, but the whole idea is that's that pretty privilege. It gets you in trouble, or it helps you to get somebody out of trouble.
I know a couple of photographers got beat at photo shoots behind that too.
Wow.
I had a friend of mine. He was a producer over in East Baltimore, and got this cute girl, said she could sing. She was talking to him on internet, got to the house. She had some guy with her, and they knocked him in the closet by gunpoint, took all of his equipment, and he didn't even have a real name for her.
Man.
By the time she got to the house, she had took down everything she put on Facebook.
Wow.
Yeah. So, those things do happen, but that's not a passion. So let's not
move
go
on.
too far.
Yeah,
you know how we go. We will go down that rabbit hole if we're not careful.
Real fast.
Man, we chase rabbits. We chase rabbits all the time.
Yeah. But passion. what you're into, what you want to do, what you want to be, how you want to be. I mean, we've all had those times where we felt like we wanted to do one thing, and then in the middle of it we were like, this ain't my thing, and we found something that was better or something. What do you ever remember, any of you ever remember a time where you really were in the middle of something, like what Scott said, where he was DJ and he's like, I'm tired of carrying this shit, I gotta find something else? But what happened?
Culinary.
Really?
Yeah, believe it or not, I was in culinary for a long time. That's how I put myself through electrical school. I've actually cooked alongside of Ipa Von Hinkst, the guy who actually beat Bobby Flay on his own show. Like, I know him. I know
the Bobby Flay on his own show.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I know the regional director of Olive Garden right now. I actually had to sign off on his paperwork to get that position. So yeah, I've made my culinary rounds, but the amount of stress in that environment and it always being hot and restaurant staff is constantly rotating. You're always training somebody here, always training something here.
Right.
Menus
I remember that daily.
Crowd changes.
Yeah.
15 minutes before close, a bus of 75 pulls up. I was like, nah. I'm good at it, but nah.
It ain't worth it.
That's not my thing now.
Nope.
Especially because they're not really paying restaurant staff anymore. If you're not like an executive chef or upper management somewhere in a restaurant chain,
you ain't getting paid.
You're making tips. I mean, just be honest with it. You're making tips.
Right. Believe me, I was assistant food and beverage director over at Fall of Cross Keys Inn when it was when the restaurant was still owned by Cross Keys and not it's something else now. It's a Radisson or something. But when you know the whole Rouse company still owned Cross Keys and everything, you know, they were the same ones who built Columbia. And I knew Mr. Rouse. Like he used to come in and sit in the restaurant. I used to talk to him all the time. Yeah, I knew James Rouse and a lot of, you know, because when you were there, you know, that was one of his babies. He used to have meetings there.
Who's his grandson?
Yeah.
Huh?
Who's his grandson?
Rouse? Jim Rouse?
Yeah.
I don't know.
His famous grandson? Come on, man. Columbia, Maryland. Edward Norton.
Oh, that's right. That's right. But I never met him. He even went to the School for the Arts, and I didn't meet him. And he went to the School for the Arts too. Yeah, I think he did. Was it Ed Norton? Yeah, he went to the School for the Arts.
Well, he went to.
Yeah,
well, he graduated from Wild Lake High School.
Yeah,
I raised my family out there.
Somebody will correct me if I was wrong. I think he was something happened. I think he went there or when them. I think it was Ed Norton. I think no, it's the other guy. It's the guy from The Wire. Not Larry Gilliard. We know that he was the one. The other, The Wire. Larry Gilliard Jr. He was he's a world-class flautist who actually played one of the Barksdales in The Wire, and he also was the black kicker on The Waterboy, and he also was the black doctor on the movie where they kill the zombies, or not the movie, the series where they kill the zombies and living. What is it? Walking Dead. He was the drunk doctor, the drunk black doctor on Walking Dead. So yeah, we've got a lot of famous actors, and the whole idea is that when he went to Juilliard, he went for playing the flute, and I believe he changed in midstream and became an actor.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Lawrence Gilliard. I mean, I think not flute, clarinetist. He's a clarinetist. He probably can play the flute too, because most of the woodwinds are pretty much transferable to a certain extent, right?
Hell no.
Hell no. What? You can't play the flute?
Hell no, man. Pass out, man. Totally different armature, man.
As far as fingering and stuff?
No, it's the transfer of air.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but the fingering is similar, right?
Matter, man. A lot of saxophone players don't play flute because you hyperventilate. I tried it, man. It's like, nah, I'm good.
Wow.
Yeah.
But you can't play the clarinet.
I started on clarinet.
Right.
Yeah, this is woodwind.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know.
Flute is his own thing.
No, for real.
I had a band teacher in middle school who put
She
me
asked
on
to
with
play
the
a skin flute. What?
No.
Miss
Rockefeller, no, she did not. Trust me. But she put me on with the sax, and that's the one that
she put you on with what?
The sax.
A phone.
The nigga, shut up. The sex, yo, like goddamn.
It sounds like he's saying she put me on with the sex.
The sex. I get
because
it.
we know you.
Yeah. But she put me on the sex.
You like older women.
From not that. Yeah, it did. But that's not the point. I went from so many like sections of the band, and the sex was the only one that I got, and I'm so upset with myself, right? Because the girl I had a crush on was like, nigga, you in a band? I was like, no, I ain't in a band. I play football. and I quit. But if I could take that back, shit.
Ladies and gentlemen, you just heard him say he stopped his passion for pussy.
I ain't say passion. I said that's that's the one instrument that I got that I was okay at. Everything else I sucked. But
he was probably breaking reeds with his lips.
I ain't never break no reeds. Hey, trust me. These ladies know about these lips. But nah, I ain't break no reeds or not like that. But the sax, that was something I could definitely did.
Hey, we got JPZ in the peanut gallery. Hey, JPZ, what's up?
Walking in like she about to headbutt a nigga.
She got on her working environment. She not sitting over here.
Shut up.
You can take the chair away. It's fine. But anyway, we would like to welcome you guys to the Grown Man Clique podcast. I'm Jerry B. Far to the right is
Scott C.
Over to my left is
it's the greatest knees in the building, Richie Rich.
Over my shoulder, we've got the over the shoulder, no boulder holder. His name is
Van Gogh.
And the special guest tonight, the man with the pipes that makes the music just so right. He gets on the sax and girls want to just relax. His name is Tony Turk Cannon. What's up, Tony?
Thanks for having me.
And tonight's show is about our passions, what we're passionate about, how we build our passions up and support our passions, and we grow in our passions. You know, sometimes, I mean, is there anything you ever, because you know that magic word, the regrets. Is there any regrettable instances where you didn't follow through with your passion the way you should have? Why do Van Gogh always seem to think that you got you in every one of my questions? I like that. He like, I remember a time when I regretted my passion. It was the summer of 74, and I was 7 months old.
Let me see.
Anybody? Nobody?
I thought Van was gone.
I can't say that I have any regrets.
If you walk away from it.
No, I mean, I've walked away from music. I've walked away from music entirely for months, but it draws you back.
Yeah, if it's a passion,
it'll draw you back.
That's true.
It's the only thing that you think. I know for me.
Yeah.
Baseball and music.
Right.
That was it, man. There's nothing else. I mean, it was just.
You still swing the bat?
It's just a total focus, man.
You go to the batting cage and get some out every now and then?
Total focus, man. It was like, with me, it was the driving force because I knew what I wanted. And I grew up in an area over on the Eastern Shore around a lot of folks that didn't look like me, that had all the nice shit.
Right.
Okay.
So I already knew that there was two avenues for me to get that type of life.
The streets or the education?
And sports.
Yeah.
And the sports was driving the education.
Right.
Okay.
Because I went to school for free.
Right.
Howard University.
Yes, sir.
HU. You know.
So,
you didn't think I knew.
The real HU.
Right. So with that came the opportunity to make the money.
Right.
And so it was always, from the time I was a kid, I already knew where I was going. I already knew how I had to get there. And the only thing, failure just wasn't an option. But my father always said, you got to get that education. You're always one injury away. And my man over here plays football. You're always one injury away from never playing again.
Right.
That's it. So, so with music, it was after baseball drove the first part of my life, but I always heard the tones. I always had the music there. But you got to do it 100%.
Right.
So I never chased the music when I was playing.
Mm-hmm.
The music came after the baseball was over with.
I mean,
so that's how I define the passion. There was never one day in my life that I wasn't either playing baseball
or playing music. Right.
Yeah.
And that's how my life is.
Yeah, I agree with you, because I got a no-go passionate situation with music, with playing music, because I grew up on the keyboards, well, on the piano actually. So I actually read music, and at one point I thought that was the direction I was going to go in. And my father, who's a minister, kept urging me and supporting me and trying to encourage me. There's only one problem. I hated the practice.
Practice.
Yeah.
We talking about practice.
Yeah. I hated the practice. I could read the notes. I just didn't want to sit there. Never got past Hammond exercises because I was like, you know what? Nah. So I know exactly what you talk about passion because I knew. I mean, it took me years to break it to my father because he was looking at it from
you being lazy.
This was well, no, actually, I found out recently, as he's 84 years old, I found out recently that was something that he always wanted to do. So he was encouraging me so that he could live vicariously through me. But what I tried to explain to him for so many years is, Dad, I can read music, but I don't want to do this. And I know I'm not going to be successful if, like Tony said, if I'm not on in front of this piano every day playing and working on my craft and getting better, I'm never going to get any better. And I'm going to end up torching this piano. And my mother spent too much money on it, so we're not going to do that. So I knew it wasn't a passion.
I remember my sister wanted to play the piano, so we had a piano in the house, and I used to sit on the steps while she was taking lessons because we couldn't afford to have all of us taking lessons. It was 6 of us. So what I used to do is I used to sit on the steps and listen to her lessons. After our lessons, I go down and play it better than she did because I could always play by ear. I was really good at playing by ear. So I was trying to learn music, but my thing, and it's so funny because I just recently found out my friend Kevin Eaton. Go ahead, Kevin Eaton, one of my buddies grew up with, played in many bands. He's an amazing keyboard player. I just found out he went back to school later on in life to learn how to read music. He could play anything. I mean, full chord structure, everything. Never had a problem picking. We could pick out songs. We sit there, pick songs out together. No, this is the chord. That's what we should be playing. Neither one of us could read a lick.
Wow.
But he went back to school and he learned how to read. And I was like, when I saw it on his timeline, it was today. I was today years old when I realized he went back and learned how to read.
Wow.
And but see, his passion has always been to be better at music. So for him, it was much more important for him to go back and learn. For me, the skills that I have were at a point where I knew that I could do what I wanted to do, which was produce, because producers don't have to be great players.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Most of the time, they put the structure together and put the song and the melody and their bass line and everything, the structure of the song together, and then they give it to other people who are players to bring it to life.
Okay.
So, whereas Tony, he's a player producer, so he plays what he produces. So that's a little different. And then you got producers who don't play anything. They just write all the music out and say, here, read it.
Gotcha.
So, I mean, for me, it was like I knew that I was good where I was for what I wanted to do. And I got more and more and more into the film and photography industry. And it seems to have encompassed my life because everywhere you look, even from my office to my car to my house, somewhere, everywhere there are cameras.
Right.
I'm doing, it's what I really love to do. And so, I mean, and Life Touch, did I just do that?
Wow.
Well, no, they deserve this. They deserve this because they made me comfortable or made me realize that if you're good at something, you should be paid for it. And I was good at photography. And the one thing that they used to do when I first joined that company that now shall remain nameless, they actually paid me more than what I thought I was worth doing the job. And it made me go out and learn more about photography that I didn't think that I needed to know to make me better. So when I got to them, went back to work with them, I was even better than what I was when I first started, which means I got paid more and I kept moving up the food chain until I saw that the company was going to be making a shift in the way they were doling out money. And I was like, I'm out, check please. And within a year, all of the corporate structure that I was used to was decimated, and the money was not dried up, and they made managers hourly employees. Man. People who had built their lives off of salaries begin to have to count their hours, and then the company started counting their hours, and then they say, "Oh, y'all making too much money. Y'all working too many hours. Let's cut them."
That
sounds like a job I had where they wanted to get rid of people. So what they did is they flattened the entire management structure and made everybody self-managed. A whole call center, 150 people.
Dang.
Took away all of the positions, took away all of the supervision, made certain people team leads, and said, "Okay, y'all got to manage yourself. You all have a say. Go at it." No manual, no instruction, no nothing.
Gee. Bro, when I was 18, that would have been a perfect job.
Yeah. Hey, even at 29 years old, I was like, you know what? I know exactly what this is.
Yeah.
And within a year, they closed up that entire call center and took their operation right back down to Texas. One of those corporates used to be a Baby Bell. Now, so yeah, no, that's tough though.
Look, I wanna piggyback on that job, right? Because I'm on record on about 3 podcasts now, talking shit about that job. But like I said, doing flowers and powder, I've been doing a lot of reflection and thinking. I gotta admit something though, like, and I'm gonna give them their credit. I wouldn't have done a lot of things if it wasn't for them.
Right.
I would have never finished Complications.
Okay.
I would have never finished Complication. It was so many people that I met from that job
that helped.
That was on Complication.
Yeah.
Okay.
I probably would not be sitting here next to this man right now.
No. If you didn't come to that job.
For that job. Yeah. So I do want to say it wasn't all bad. Mostly bad as fuck. But it wasn't all bad.
The best part about it was, and what I told everybody is that I didn't mind waking up in the morning because I knew I was gonna go and put a camera in my hand. You know what I mean? So that made it good. And guess what? They were at one point paying me more than it was worth, or more than what most people were making to hold a camera in their hand.
Right.
And that's important.
Mm-hmm. It is.
Hey, what's up, Victor? What's up, Shayna? I see y'all joining in and watching us.
And without them, I would never ever met one of my favorite models that I have never shot yet.
Oh my gosh. One of your favorite models that you have not shot yet?
Yeah, I would have never
does that model have a name? Do you know who that model is that has a name that you haven't shot yet?
Not till I shoot it.
Oh, you don't know.
Not till I shoot it.
Uh-oh.
Okay. And J. Nicole says what?
Uh-oh.
Her face is like, what happened?
That's why they're called the Peanut Gallery, people.
Bang, bang, bang.
So, but yeah, I mean, the whole idea is that, that's the whole idea with me. Like, there was a lot of positives that came out of that situation, but my passion was actually fed during the time that we were at the job that shall remain nameless from this point on.
Well, they don't even exist no more. So.
Well, not in the same amalgamation that we remember, but they're around to a certain extent.
Yeah, different name.
Yeah. They are? What? Yeah. Verbal threat. Black. This is verse. We got Raw. Jay on the beat. We got Smoke. This goes to all y'all hating ass niggas who ain't fucking with us. Check it. Yo.
Yeah, all right,
hey, it's the Grown Man Clique podcast. This is your boy J.I. and we're going to go to the left. My boy
Richie Rich is in the building.
And we're going to go all the way over to 95 and
Scott T.
And our special guest right beside me is
Tony Cannon.
Who?
TC, Tony Cannon.
Sax
Man.
The Sax Man. Yeah.
My man Tony thought he was on a late night love
talk.
talk.
Yeah. You thought you
was. It's Tony Cannon.
Come on, man. Have y'all been paying attention to what he plays?
Cannon.
I mean, you know that's his only speed.
Tony picked up another passion playing the sax, didn't you? If I play just right. If I play just right. Yeah.
Hey, yo, women
well, you
love
ain't get all
dudes.
shy there. You know
Women
what I'm
love
talking
dudes
about.
who know how to play instruments.
I said you found another passion playing sax too.
Oh yeah.
It opened up many a doors for a single Tony Cannon.
Yeah, I just watch TV.
Yeah, watch TV butt naked with a girl underneath you. Don't play. Everybody knows the sax man is the sex man.
Hey.
That's why they up front. Right? Uh-huh.
No, seriously though.
Y'all be humping while y'all playing.
You know what though, man?
Yeah.
I just made it a rule when I started really getting out there. And in my shows, I never ever dated or entertained any woman that's ever come to my show.
Bro, we ain't talking about dating.
Number one.
After the show is the after party.
No, rule number one, never do it, man. Just never wanted to go down that road, man, because it can get sticky.
Yeah,
that gets sticky.
especially all that stuff being thrown at you, man.
Yeah, man. So you just shut that down. Shut that down. Because a couple of women have come out and I said, "Oh man, beautiful, right?" I said, "Damn, wish I had met you at the grocery store." Because we can't even go down that road. Because think about it. If I did that at all the shows that I play all over the country, and then you finally be with that one woman that you want to be with, now you got all these other women showing up at your shows.
Right.
Women know.
Yeah.
So, are you going to sleep with him again?
No, if you've been out there being a hoe.
But are you going to sleep with him again? Wait a minute,
Okay.
come on,
That's
Tony,
true.
let's go there.
I
But
understand that point.
if you're in a committed relationship after you've been out there in the hoes in many area codes, you don't have to sleep with any of those women again. That was the code of ethics at that point in your life. That doesn't mean that it's going to be the code of ethics forever.
Yeah, it is.
No.
For me, it is.
Let me ask.
So you never, ever, ever, as long as you saxed, I like that one.
Right.
Had any groupie love?
No, never.
You've never had any groupie love.
No, man. Number one, I was married for 17 years. So,
Well, that's different.
yeah, so I was married for 17 years. And
We all know black men
I gotta
don't
put
cheat.
this up on the screen. Here we go.
Yeah. And then when you get out there,
All of a sudden.
number one, I'm a signed artist. Okay, so there's ethics behind that.
Right.
So I'm a signed artist, record deals, endorsement contracts, and everything. So all it takes is one woman to complain. And
Well, we talking about now with the cancel culture and everything. I was out in them.
It was always that
I was
way.
out on them touring
But
streets.
it was always that way. You understand one thing? Okay, I went to college on baseball scholarship. Then I played professional.
Yeah,
So I've been in the ethic thing all my life.
you've been a good guy because people who have played baseball have been out in them booty streets.
Swinging that bat around all over the place.
That's what happened. They are the game.
For the mediocre player, yeah, but
No,
Alex Rodriguez did it for years. He gave them gifts and sevens and NDAs and fucked them and sent them on their way.
Tiger Woods got his
Tiger
tail
Woo.
handed to him.
Hey, listen.
Tiger Woo.
Tiger, you is, y'all.
We talk about sports.
About an individual player, though.
But I'm saying A-Rod did it too.
A-Rod,
God rest the dead.
was out there for
Kobe.
for steroids.
No, but A-Rod used to take the girls to the hotel, or was it Jeter? Take the girls to
That
the
was
hotel,
Jeter.
sign the
That was Jeter.
NDA,
That was
give
Jeter.
them a gift bag with a Birkin
that
bag
was,
and all that.
That was
Derek
the captain.
Jeter.
That was the
Yeah.
captain.
Look,
Yeah,
at Scott's
but that's
favorite
what I'm
team.
saying.
But guess what?
Big Ben was doing way more.
He had an edit. Big Ben was going raw dog.
was doing way more.
No. See, the people get it all. Dude, I
Yo, this ain't wrong. I was out in them streets
You
too.
had to, right?
Just a little bit.
Hey, just because your man ain't got an agent, you had to go there. No, he is a rapist. I do know that, but I mean, for real.
He dated those women. He dated those
That's
women,
what he called it.
No, look, man, I can tell you, I got a sort of an inside track of the Herald, so I was around all those type of players.
But he actually had the stories that he would tell.
But you know what the key is?
What?
He didn't lie to them.
Right. That's all. You didn't have to lie to him. Were you a liar, Tony? Let's get it.
No, the key thing is, no, it's on the serious.
It's how you take care of your business, period.
You have to tell them up front.
Right.
Right.
And if they agree to it,
right,
then everybody's good.
Right.
Until they decide they're not good. But you already told them
down the road and their expectation is this versus that.
Yeah.
Then
what I paid for versus what I got.
That's when you wind up like the quarterback for the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah.
Sean Watson.
or peeing on people.
But I ain't mad.
Like that was Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
Listen, let's dial it back. Let's dial it back just a tad bit, right? Let's dial it back just a tad bit.
That's what he was
Here's
saying
my
to
question
them
to you,
girls.
Tony. Here's my question to you.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you might have been blocking blessings by not interacting? Like, especially when you was on tour.
You know what? And to answer that question, I sit in my hotel room in my home many nights and said, I might have missed out on the woman of my dreams. But I had one focus, and that was legacy of my music. It's all about, I play music because I love it. I never played the music to meet a woman. I played it because I respect the Coltrane's, the Dexter Gordons, the Grover Washington, the Davis, all those that came before me that left that music behind. And my whole goal is when I'm dead and gone, it's like you said, my music will still be here.
Right.
Yeah, and so all those other artists who are out there, they are too. They are leaving a legacy. I mean, but they also put some legs up.
I don't know nothing about that. I wasn't there. I just know about me.
And that is commendable. I gotta give you the.
Yeah, I just know about me.
If you telling the truth, brother.
So this is what.
But you know what though? Before we move on.
Wow.
I've had so many conversations with women that as soon as they meet you, oh, you're a musician, so I already know about you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, same thing they say about pro athletes. Oh, you got a girl in every city, or you got a chick in every. I said, yeah, most of them do, but I'm not that guy.
Exactly.
And on a serious note, not to be too heavy on you guys tonight, but the reason is because, man, I come from good men in my family.
Right.
My father, my grandfather.
Right.
I've seen how they put their life forward.
Right.
So that's all I know.
That's a good conversation.
I mean,
I would love to know, like the lessons that you would learn from the good men in your family. Just
we gotta do that show. We gotta do that show. But like you were saying, I mean, you gotta remember. I think, except for young man on the podcast, you got guys who put in years of marriage on this podcast. I mean, I'm me. I think I'm the only one still in it. So I mean, you put through at least 17. Scott, how many did you clock?
20.
How many did you clock, Ben?
4.5.
But see, y'all put in sweat equity. So I mean, to me, I think, and I believe Pops was in the house, yes or no?
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
Pops was in the house, but you were raised
my stepfather was.
Yeah. Pops in the house.
Oh, my mom and dad was married 61 years.
No. Wow. See, my mom and dad were sort of together and not at the point in which I turned 12, they weren't. But I think the whole idea is that having those men and those strong role models in your life, like I was a church boy. Scott, PK, were you in the church at all, Van?
I was on the usher board for 12 years.
You wore the white gloves, bruh.
Yep.
And were you a religious man growing up? So
I was in these streets.
He was in the streets. But the whole idea is all of that leads to the way that all right, E. But all of y'all, we're poking fun a little bit, but that respect thing is the key. I mean, I wouldn't have 34 and not 8 months and 32 days and some hours on my relationship if I didn't have the energy to find people who could project that way to me, that longevity, and show you how to be. Because I did see, like, my Uncle Melvin and Aunt Catherine were married forever. Like, they died in their 90s, and I watched that relationship. And also, as my father was estranged, he was a role model to me. The minister in my church, not Catholic priest, minister in my Baptist church, was a role model to me. So when you have those strong role models, you're
more grounded,
moral grounding is different. So you're not going to be going from town to town for the most part.
Well, a lot of good things too, man. With me, I really got a good manager who's a lady publicist, and she does an excellent job of during my shows, after the show, signing the CD, taking the pictures,
and ushering you out.
Go right through the bag, and boom, I'm gone.
Right.
Yeah. So I don't like hang around and
right
hang out there, because I had a case in point one time. I was playing a show, and I was sitting at the bar, and I learned real quick, don't do that.
Don't sit at the bar.
Yeah. Chicks come up to me. This one chick came up to me, all up in my grill, blah, 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 beautiful. Dude, husband walked in. And I'm like, he like got an attitude and everything. I'm like, dude, control your girl. I'm sitting here minding my business. She all up in my grill. So the lesson there was, don't be in that situation.
Right.
Because they emotional. They all in a different state of mind with any musician that can play at that point in time. So just move on, man. Don't put yourself in that.
Excuse me.
I ain't trying to.
That's a good comment.
I wasn't trying to defend or explain why I'm sitting there minding my daggone business, but your girl like losing her damn mind.
Right.
Well, I mean, I've actually.
What's my man's name here?
For me?
Oh, Richie Rich.
Oh, they call me.
I didn't have Rich as my wingman to handle that.
Yeah, he would have fucked him. Yeah, there would have been rabbit ears in his bedroom. You walk in and you see this.
Rich is really for these streets. So
Nothing to be.
Hopefully, it won't be his knees up in the air. Some girl licking his booty hole.
It definitely, ain't no girl gonna make me queef. But I do think this is good.
Yeah, no, you heard that right. Yeah, no, you heard that right.
I think this is a good segue.
Yes, that came completely
what I
out of
gotta
left field.
ask.
That didn't make. Yeah, no.
I got. Shut up, Scott. I gotta ask a question.
We're not even going on that topic tonight. Please.
I gotta ask a question.
Show.
Hey, look.
We're trying to distract you. So.
All y'all can answer this question too, because I definitely have the question, because we're talking about passion, right? So you was married how long, Tony? 17 years, right? And Jay, you can answer this too, Scott and Van Gogh.
Yeah, my wife not listening anyway.
Because
she's listening. She's listening.
How did you balance what you was really passionate about and a marriage?
It was pretty hard, because when my wife walked in one day and saw a girl sitting in a kiddie pool pouring water over her head in a bikini, I thought my marriage was going to end. I was taking pictures of her,
That's a good thought.
My wife forgot that I was going to be taking pictures of her. So when she originally walked in the door, she was ready for war. And then when she remembered that I had a photo shoot of a girl in the kiddie pool taking pictures, pouring water on her head for a publicity shot, she calmed down, because that at that time I knew that was what happened. You came in and you were like, what the hell is going on? And then you remembered. So don't play with me.
She hit you with the big.
Yeah.
What the hell is going on?
Yeah. I was taking those pictures for the Live the Video party. And what's her name? Oh my God, what was the girl's name?
You said Lizzo.
Live the Video party. Wow, you missed a whole set.
What? I was gonna say Lizzo.
And I-Rock was sitting in the pool and pouring water on herself in a bathing suit. I remember it well. Yeah.
Over there sipping on vodka and Shasta.
First of all,
That's
first
what
of
that
all,
is.
first of all,
That guy there.
we'll
is
talk.
funny.
We'll talk after the show. I already explained what I was on today.
Hey, and for the note, for everyone to know, no, I didn't say anything.
Yeah. I already explained myself.
All right. So
I already explained myself.
So anyway, Tony, you can answer that.
Shout out to my man Michael's Ivan, though. Rest in peace.
I didn't hear the question.
So, how did you manage
Your passion,
your
with
passion and your
relationship.
marriage?
Oh man, that was tough because she wasn't all into the. She really wasn't into the game when I was playing. I got married young, and then when I started playing music, because she just didn't understand the commitment. You know, every interview, and Jerry knows this. And man over here knows everybody's bad in the beginning. So the thing was like, why are you doing this? But I went back to college, took a couple semesters of music theory. So bottom line is, she ain't support it. She thought that I was just wasting my time. We had 2 young kids at the time, but you know, it was a classic case of a person who never had a passion for anything that they would die for. That's what my level of passion was.
Oh, they didn't understand.
You know, because if the person has never been that way, you can't expect them to understand why you're up at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning practicing, and you got to get up at 7 to take your kids to daycare and then go to work.
Right.
They don't understand that.
Nope.
And you don't care about it because if you're doing it and it's for your love of your passion, it's no big deal.
No, but you have to understand. You have to work with. I worked with her. You know, if you want to watch a movie, you come home, you watch a movie with her, and you know. But when she went to bed, she wanted me to go to bed.
Right.
Like, no,
Yeah.
You know, I got
Some work to do.
I got to get this work in.
Yeah.
You know, it ain't no either or.
Right.
It's okay. You go to bed, get your rest on. I can function with less sleep because I already knew where I needed to be, because I had a music teacher that made something really clear to me.
Okay.
And maybe you didn't have this. He said, for the first 5 years, you're going to suck. He said, don't even think about being good. He said, it takes 5 years just to get an understanding.
That's the same thing in business.
Yep.
Yeah, man. So the first 5 years, it's just like practice, and still suck and not get good. And then all of a sudden, you just one day you wake up. And it's like with sports, it's like with baseball. It's called, you heard players say they get in the zone.
Right.
You wake up one day, and I used to tell my son when he was playing, because he's a monster player, I said, eventually one day you'll wake up and it's when your mind and your body connects.
Right.
That's when the game slows down.
Mm-hmm.
That's when it all makes sense. Until your mind and your body are all one, it's going to feel weird. It's going to feel like you're wasting your time. But when that moment happens, you're in the game, baby. Ain't no going back.
Yeah.
That's how it works. That's how it works for me. That's when you hear those pro athletes say, oh, I was in the zone. That means the game, everybody else is playing like that. But he's seeing everything so slow. That's why Jordan could do all the stuff he did, because the game has slowed down for him, where everybody that he was dealing with was like in slow motion to him.
Right. My answer to that question is easy. There was no balance. I wasn't really living in my passion at the time that I was married anyway. And as the relationship deteriorated, I regained my affinity for what I wanted to do, since, that part of my life was declining. I rediscovered what it was that interested me in getting up in the morning and continuing to do something other than work. So, yeah, there was no balance.
And I think another thing is that, and I'm the lucky one, because I found the partner, although there were growing pains. It wasn't a game ender with us. It was like, even to the point where I started doing nude photography. She actually said, "Oh, if you're doing nude photography in my house, I'm gonna be there." And I was like, "Okay, cool." And after that shoot, I remember she was like, "Did you even really notice she was naked?" I was like, "Not really, because I'm worried about the lights. I'm worried about the backgrounds. I'm worried about how she's going to look good, the angles, everything. It's 100 other things that I have to worry about when I'm taking pictures." And the difference is, when I sit down to look at the pictures, then I know she naked. You know what I mean? It's like afterwards, after I've taken the pictures, I have to go to edit them, and you come downstairs and there's a nipple that's big on the TV, and I'm cleaning it up. Yeah, that's when you notice they're naked, but it's no real attraction or sexual energy in that. It's all about getting the image and working with the artist to develop art. And some photographers don't do that. Some of them, they want that sexual energy and they try to create an environment for sexual energy. But for me, it was more or less, how can I make this the most beautiful next shot? So,
what about you, Van?
I guess the balance with mine was, I want to say it was almost a competition. When I was married, the woman that I was married to, I'm not going to say her name because I'm not giving her credit for anything.
Yeah.
But the woman,
the woman shall remain nameless.
Yeah, I'm just being
like
honest,
the job
though.
that shall remain nameless.
But,
I love it.
She was a designer as well, but she made fabric clothes, and I made, of course, crocheted stuff. And for some reason, she would want to try and compete with what I was doing with her stuff. And I was like, it's not even the same thing. It's not, you're not doing what I'm doing. You're behind a machine cutting fabric. I'm literally making fabric from string. Like there's no competition. When
Right.
you go to a regular fashion week, you see fabric clothes. You'll see crochet here and there, but it wasn't really a competition thing. And she was always trying to make it a competition. This shot of hers versus this shot of mine, using the models that I knew for some of her stuff, then forgetting who they were because some people, she met them through me. And she actually like physically attacked me one time because she forgot who the model was. Like everybody called her by her modeling name, which was, I can say it, was Baby. She had Baby tattooed from shoulder to shoulder across her back. So it was huge.
So
That's
how could you not know her name?
So how could you not know her name? Yeah. So
what's your name? Boo Boo the Food?
She changed her phone number and she sent me a text message from the new number that said, "Hey, this is Baby, blah, 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 blah." And she got mad and was like, "Who is that? So and so and so and so." And I was like, "You just shot with her last week. She sent in a new number. What are you screaming at me about? Like, you're hanging out with her more than you're hanging out with me. Why are you yelling at me when she's modeling your stuff?" Like, it was always a fight. It was always a fight about stuff like that. And it shouldn't have been. And eventually it just got old and irritating.
Yep.
And because we ran in the same circles, I never hid anything, but she would try and hide stuff. Like she was like, "Well, I got a photo shoot this evening, blah, 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 blah." And I was like, "Okay, well, we need to talk about this relationship." And then she's like, "Well, I'll talk about it when I get back." And then she'd take off and go out somewhere. And then the folks from DC Fashion Week would call me, "How come your stuff's not down here?" And I was like, "Well, me and my wife, we had to discuss some things. And, I told you I was going to hold off on that." And they're like, "Well, she's down here." And I was like,
What?
"Really?" Here I am thinking that we need to discuss some stuff. She's not even telling me what's going on. And then the people from the fashion show were calling me and was like, well, she's down here and she's acting like nothing's wrong. Then I found out later on that the reason why she didn't tell me she was going is because she didn't want me in the same show with her because of the whole competition thing. That wasn't going to work. That was not going to work.
Wow. Well, this is the Grown Man Podcast. I'm J.I. To my right over far is to my left.
Hey, yo, man. Y'all know it's Richie Rich in the building.
Over my shoulder, he's not a boulder holder, is
Van Gogh.
And right here was our special guest, Mr. Tony Turk Cannon. Tony, we would like to thank you for coming out, sitting here, chilling with the Grown Man Clique podcast. We got a chance to hear some of your music. But before we go, why don't you tell them where they can hear all of your music and where you'll be performing that soon?
Everything's out there on Amazon, iTunes, Spotify. Just put in Anthony. Saxophone is Anthony Cannon. Everything will come up. YouTube. Got a show up at up the road on April the 8th, right next to Lincoln College. About 45 minutes from here, right up in Pennsylvania, right up Route 1.
Nice.
8 o'clock, called the Cannon Flash.
Nice.
Top musicians playing with me. Got Lorenzo Sands on bass. Lorenzo plays with Jordan Albright. Got Patrick Cooper on keys. Patrick Cooper plays with Peter White, Dave Rice. Got Carl Seaman on drums. Carl plays with everybody, man. You name it, he's out there with let's see, George Benson.
Oh man.
Yeah. Bobby Caldwell before he died.
Yeah.
You're just on the road with Bobby Caldwell.
Yeah, rest in peace to Bobby
Peace,
Caldwell too.
Caldwell.
I forgot about that. Yeah. What you
just
won't
happened the other
do,
day.
do for love.
So yeah, we put on a great show.
All right, we looking forward to that for real. Yeah, you get the long clap.
Website, and you'll see all my dates. www.anthonycannon.com.
That's www.anthonycannon.com. All right, we done with this?
Yeah.
Well, I'd
that's
like
it.
to thank everybody for hanging out with us for a little while tonight. We are going to go bye-bye. We'll see you next week. Peace.
Jeez.